Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third grade. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited to be hanging out with you this morning to help you and support you to become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. Do you ever love just having books read to you, read out loud? I have to say that's one of my favorite things too, and my kids as well. So this is one of our favorites. This is Treasure Hunters, and it's by James Patterson. I think it's a really fantastic. I know many of you would be able to read this, but sometimes it's okay to even just ask an adult, hey, you want to read this with me? And you can enjoy a story together. You can check this out at your local library, any of your local libraries, or you could go online and check it out from Sora and be able to read it with your family that way. Now, if you would like to send me some suggestions about books that maybe you could read together or something that you've been reading, write a little bit about it and something we can share here at the PBS station, I'd love to share it on air. So here comes our address. It's right there. Write me a note, send it to me downtown, and I'll share it on air. If you do that, look what you can get right here. We'll send you one of these super fun activity books. So there's games and puzzles and all kinds of fun things that you can do in here. So send me a note. I'd love to be able to send you a fun activity board. All right, now speaking of reading, one of the things that we've been charting here in Fresno is our schools that have been checking out stories from Sora. And so let's do what we've been doing the last few weeks, is looking at who are our top 5 schools in our school district to check out books. All right, you ready to hear who was number 5? Let's look. Oh my golly, you know what? It's a high school. It's Hoover High. So go Pirates. Patriots, sorry. She wrote Pates on here. Patriots, there you go. Good, awesome job. All right, so I have 3 things that I want us to go through today. Are you ready to get started? Good, we're gonna look at some digraphs, some open syllables, and we're gonna finish off with some figurative language with similes. So let's get started. Let's warm up those brains looking at some high frequency words. Now remember, these are words you're going to come across often in your reading and your writing, so it's important that you not only know how to read them, but to spell them. So as we look at them this week, if there's 1 or 2 that you think to yourself, you know what, I don't always remember how to spell that, jot it down and practice it. That's how we become better readers and writers. Okay, let's read them. Ready? It's, jump, keep, just, kind, know, laugh, light, long. Oh, what's that one? How many of you said live? How many of you said live? You both are right. Good job. Okay, so let's go through. I have the first 2 today. We're going to do it's and jump. It's is ITS. Now, this is not the contraction. Remember when we have an apostrophe S? That would be if we were using the 2 words it is. This is actually showing possession. Okay, so this is a possessive form. Okay, and jump, J-U-M-P. Okay, help me put these in some sentences. It'll help us with the word it's. We don't see it very often without the apostrophe. All right, read with me. Don't let the dogs on the couch. Let's read our second one. Are those arms or legs? All right, you guys were so good. I could almost hear you shouting at home. Don't let the dogs jump on the couch. Do you say that often to your dogs? Are they allowed to jump on the couch? Okay, are those its arms or legs? Maybe it's a silly creature from Halloween this last weekend and you couldn't tell if it was its arms or its legs. All right, Excellent job. Okay, so let's get started. I want us to look at some digraphs. Now, I've got a whole bunch of them listed right here, and we're going to talk about each of them as we go across. Now, what's a digraph? A digraph is when you have letters that are put together and they make their own sound. For example, let's look. We've got the cheese card. Remember, the cheese card makes the ch sound, spelled CH or TCH. And I want to show you. Here's an example of a word. We have this word right here, choice. Choice, good. And then we have the whale card, which has the WH. We don't say wh, we just say whale. And you can kind of feel that breath in front of your mouth when you do it. So here's an example. Try saying this at home to yourself. Put your hand in front of your mouth. What? Do you feel that like you're blowing out a candle? What? Then we have the thumb card, which is with a TH, thumb. Now, TH can actually make two different sounds. It can be thumb, like with a breath, or, so like the word think, but then it can also have a th, and that's a voiced sound. So then. So think and then. We have both sounds. Next, we have our shell card with the SH, says shh, like in the word should. And then we have our sing card. Now, I know that Mrs. Hammock and Mrs. Vang have been going over all of the different sounds that the sing card can make, using it with all of our different vowels, ing, ang, ong, ung. I put a word right here for us to practice. Can you read it? Long. Good job. Okay, I know that our friends in 1st and 2nd grade have also been looking at this fire card because they were practicing the digraph PH. In 3rd grade, we're going to add one more, so I put it on a little Post-it note so we can see it, and it's GH. So GH at the end of a word says f, just like our fire card. Look right here. Enough. Enough. Good. And then our last one right here is with our jump card, DGE, says j, like in judge. Do you see it? Nicely done. Okay, I have 2 words right here that I just want us to practice sounding out that use some of these digraphs. It's just a little practice for us. Do you see it? Do you find our digraph we're working on? Right here, that CH, child. Now, remember how we read our long words? So do we see the word child? Do you see the word hood? Put them together. Childhood. Good job. Now look over here. Do you see any of our digraphs that we just practiced? Yeah, right there, the SH. So now we have push up. Push up. Can you do a push up? I bet you can. You're amazing. Okay, so after we do our digraphs, I want to switch us over just a little bit, and we're going to talk about our syllables. Last week we worked on closed syllables. This week I want us to look at open syllables. Open syllables are simply this. It's when we have a vowel that's kind of just left by itself in that syllable before it starts the next syllable. So that vowel is actually going to be a long vowel. Let's look at a couple of examples right here. So see how we have the tiger? That I says the long I sound. Focus has that long vowel sound. I want to show you a couple of them. Let's look over here. Grab my pen. Okay, so here is, these are all open syllable words for us to practice with. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to find those vowels. So just like we did before, can you find the vowels? I'm going to put a little V for vowel right above the tops of them. So A, E, I, O, U, right? When we look here, we're going to see there's only one consonant in between. So I'm actually going to draw my line right here. So now I have 2 syllables, and this is going to say the long I. So it's not diver, it's diver. Did you see how we did that? Let's try one more. So find your vowels, find your consonant, see how it's all by itself? So we're going to break right in front of that consonant. This is going to be the long vowel sound because it's an open syllable. So we're going to say focus. Excellent job. Let's look at what that would look like in practice. I have two different things. I want to practice some digraphs and I want to practice some of those open syllables. So this one says, read each pair of words and circle the word that has the digraph. Help me do that. We have shade or 6. Which one has our digraph? You guys are so good. Yes, shade has the SH. How about cars or catch? Which one did you hear the digraph? Yes, it's got the TCH. You guys have some eagle eyes. Good job. Wheel or will? Ooh, good job. That was almost a tricky one, huh? Nice. Now, if I have the word begin, we're going to switch over and look at those open syllables again. So thinking about, I'm going to find here are my vowels, so I've got a single consonant in between, so I would split it right here. That's what they're asking you to do here. They want you to say which one is done correctly. So did we divide it correctly with A or B? That's right, it says begin right here, just like that. It's not beg in, it's begin. See how it's different? All right, how about here? Now remember, sometimes Y can be our vowel. That's right, so vowel, vowel, consonant. So it's lazy, not lazy, lazy. Excellent job. Okay, you can do that last one at home on your own. I want to do and just finish up real quick with you with our similes, that figurative language. Remember we talked about it a few weeks ago. I'm going to pull that over in just a second, but I just want to talk to you. Remember similes compare to things that are usually, you wouldn't think to put them together. For example, your smile is bright as the sun, and it uses words like and as. Okay, I want to show you. This is one of our similes we did before. So they fought like cats and dogs. All right, you guys helped me before, and we decided that this is when they were not good friends. We decided they didn't get along, so I'm going to take these off so that we don't see them. So we decided this simile says they don't get along. They fight like cats and dogs. But here's my question for you this week. I want to talk about what or who are we comparing? That's right. So the cats and dogs, the fighting like cats and dogs, and who are we comparing that to? They. That's right. That's right. We don't necessarily know who they is, but we know that we're comparing how they fight to the cats and dogs and how they fight. All right. Excellent job. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today as you're getting ready for school. Remember, you're responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask those questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. I had a great time hanging with you this morning, and I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow at PBS. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.